She's not lost just because she's alone. She walks alone on purpose, choosing peace in a world that fears silence. Welcome to time-tested advice, where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your host, Alfred. Let's get started. The world around us loves to label people. It wants everything to fit neatly into boxes. Be kind, they say. Be polite. But for women, these rules are tighter. Smiles aren't just encouraged, they're demanded. Being nice isn't a personality, it's survival. That's where the story of the nice girl begins. But you're not here because you stayed in that box. You're here because you broke free. Today, we're uncovering the heart of the Sigma female. The woman who doesn't just walk by herself, she walks away from anything that drains her spirit. She doesn't play a part to be accepted. She doesn't follow the usual rules. She moves to her own rhythm without pretending. In this episode, I'll share 10 honest and powerful truths about the Sigma woman. Truths that people don't often talk about. These aren't the same personality traits you hear over and over. These are the quiet truths that shake people, because Sigma women don't follow the crowd. They make their own path. And if, while listening, you start to recognize yourself in these words, welcome. You're in the right place. This isn't just another video. It's a space for those who think deeply and live honestly. So, go ahead, subscribe. Join a community of strong minds and gentle hearts. Let's begin. She doesn't chase approval. The Sigma woman doesn't act just to be liked. While the nice girl often molds herself to please others, the Sigma moves with confidence, even if she's the only one walking her path. Nice girls learn to chase approval like it's the only way to feel safe. They say yes to stay out of trouble and shrink themselves to be accepted. It works sometimes, but only for a short while. Because that kind of approval comes with a price, your peace. The Sigma woman stopped chasing that long ago. She doesn't change who she is just to fit in. She doesn't pretend to be smaller or softer just to be liked. She knows real connection comes from honesty, not people-pleasing. Ironically, her refusal to seek approval makes her even more magnetic. But she doesn't care about that. She's not here to impress or upset anyone. She's just being real. And if her truth feels too bold for some, she's fine walking away. She isn't mean. She's just free. Her calm energy comes from knowing what she wants. While others say yes out of fear, she says no out of love for herself. Her decisions are clear, not dramatic. If you've been called too much, too distant, too cold, it's likely because you don't live for approval. You've outgrown that. You understand that chasing likes is like wearing a leash. And the Sigma woman, she was born to run wild. Her quiet is powerful. For the Sigma woman, silence isn't awkward. It's powerful. While others fill the air with small talk or forced laughter, she lets her silence speak for her. Her stillness says, I know myself. I don't need to explain everything. She doesn't talk to impress people. She listens, watches, and reads what's not being said. We live in a noisy world. People are afraid of silence. But Sigma women find truth in quiet. And that truth often makes others uncomfortable. She doesn't need to speak loudly to be heard. When she finally talks, her words hit deep. She doesn't perform. She doesn't fake emotions to make people feel okay. She's thoughtful, not distant. Her silence is not coldness, it's a filter. It keeps the fake away and lets the real ones in. In relationships, she won't explain herself 100 times. If something feels wrong, her silence will tell you everything. She knows that when you master silence, nobody can twist your words. Her quiet isn't weak, it's wisdom. She's strong with softness, not sweetness. She doesn't bend over backward to make people comfortable. She doesn't fake sweetness. She's kind, but with a strong spine. Some people confuse her calm with being passive, but she's far from it. She speaks kindly but clearly. She's honest, not harsh. She doesn't play games. If she senses lies, she walks away. No shouting, no drama. Her strength comes from pain she faced alone, from growing without asking for permission, from knowing that real power doesn't yell, it moves with quiet grace. She doesn't start fights. She sets limits, and if someone crosses them, she leaves. Not to hurt, but to protect herself. She doesn't need to prove she's enough. She already knows. That quiet confidence confuses those who are used to women who give in. But she's not here to shrink. She's here to live fully. Her limits are clear. Her boundaries aren't soft lines, they're solid. She doesn't wait for people to understand. She speaks her truth and backs it up with action. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away, they're about keeping her peace safe. She knows what drains her and refuses to pretend it doesn't matter. Some may call her cold, but that's just discomfort talking. People who don't like boundaries are usually the ones who benefited when you had none. She sets the same limits with everyone, friends, family, partners. If you cross them, she won't fight. She'll simply walk away. No guilt, no drama, just peace. She's not guarding a castle, she's guarding her soul. And if you can't respect that, you're not meant to stay. She doesn't carry other people's pain. She's done being the emotional sponge. She doesn't accept guilt trips or one-sided relationships. Nice girls try to fix others and carry their burdens. The Sigma woman observes and steps back when something feels off. She doesn't ignore red flags. She doesn't stay to make it work. She chooses her peace. She'll support you if you're trying, but she won't be your emotional doctor. Love has to go both ways, or she's out. She's kind, but not foolish. She sees patterns. She remembers actions. And when she realizes someone's just draining her energy, she leaves quietly. Her absence is louder than any argument. Her silence is healing. Her no is a form of self-love. She chooses who gets close. She's not unfriendly, just selective. She doesn't need to be everywhere or know everyone. She values her time and protects it. While others say yes to every invite, she picks the ones that feel right. She would rather have deep talks with one honest soul than fake smiles in a big crowd. Her quiet time is sacred. It's where she finds herself. People may think she's distant, but they just don't see how deeply she feels. She listens first, watches first, and when someone proves they're real, she opens up. And when she loves fully. She doesn't need constant company, she just needs peace. She finds power in being alone. People think being alone means being sad, but for the Sigma woman, it's the opposite. Alone time is her safe space. It's where she heals and creates. She's not hiding, she's recharging. She doesn't fear silence, she welcomes it. She might ignore texts, she might go quiet. Not because she's upset, but because she needs space to feel like herself again. She doesn't rely on others to feel whole. She needs to stay close to her own truth. That's what keeps her strong. In love, she doesn't rush. She's not looking to fill a gap. She's looking to build something real, but only with someone who respects her space. She'd rather be honest than keep the peace. Nice girls stay quiet to avoid fights. Sigma women speak up to stay real. She doesn't yell, she doesn't attack, but she names the problem. She wants clarity, not cover-ups. If something feels wrong, she says it. Not to hurt, but to be fair. She won't fake a smile to avoid tension. She needs truth in actions, not just words. She doesn't settle for surface-level peace. She goes deep, or not at all. She doesn't smile just to make others feel better. If she smiles, it's because she feels it. Nice girls smile through pain. Sigma women don't. They let their face show what's real. She's not rude. She's just real. Her warmth is powerful, but only if it's earned. If she trusts you, you'll feel her glow. If not, she won't pretend. That honesty either draws people close or sends them away, and she's okay with either. When she pulls back, she's not playing games. She's protecting her peace. She doesn't leave to punish. She leaves because something doesn't feel right. She doesn't explain much. She doesn't beg you to understand. She just lets go. And that silence says everything. Nice girls stay too long and talk too much. The Sigma walks away in stillness. Her detachment isn't cold, it's wise. She's not rejecting you, she's choosing herself. When something ends, most people want answers. They want long talks, drawn-out explanations, or maybe even one last emotional scene. But the Sigma woman, she doesn't need all that. She's not waiting for a clean goodbye. She doesn't need someone else's permission to move on. Why? Because closure doesn't always come wrapped in a perfect conversation. Sometimes it's just a quiet decision made in the middle of the night. Sometimes it's choosing peace over confusion, even when the story feels unfinished. The Sigma woman has learned that waiting for closure from someone else often means waiting forever. So instead, she closes her own chapters, with grace, with strength, with full acceptance. She doesn't send long texts trying to explain her side. She doesn't argue for understanding. If she feels disrespected, misunderstood, or drained, she lets go, softly, fully, without needing the other person to see why. That kind of self-trust feels foreign to those who expect emotional messes, but that's the Sigma's way. Calm exits, clean breaks. Not because she doesn't feel deeply, but because she knows peace is her priority. She doesn't beg for closure. She becomes it. From a young age, most women are taught to blend in. Don't be too bold. Don't take up too much space. But the Sigma female never really learned how to dim her light. Not because she's loud or flashy, but because she simply can't fake what she's not. She's different, not better, just real. And that difference makes her unforgettable. She walks into a room and feels the energy before she speaks. She's not trying to impress. She's not performing. She's just present. And that presence shifts the air. People can't always explain why they notice her, but they do. She's not shaped by trends or group opinions. She forms her own path and walks it, even if no one else joins. While others look around for approval, she looks inward for direction. She wears her values like armor. Her authenticity is her style. That might make her a mystery to some, and a threat to others. But she doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. She doesn't pretend just to belong. She's not meant to fit in. She's meant to show others what it looks like to be true to yourself, even when it's lonely, even when it's hard. She is the reminder that real power is quiet, and that standing alone can be the bravest kind of beauty. To every woman who saw herself in these words, this message is yours. You've walked away from what hurt. You've kept your heart strong. You've chosen truth, peace, and quiet power. Let this be your reminder. You're not strange for needing space. You're sacred. Your distance is your strength. Your silence is your shield. Your truth is your compass. So, If this touched something deep inside you, don't shrink. Expand. Be louder in your stillness. Be stronger in your softness. Be fearless in your truth. And if you're ready to walk with others like you, subscribe to the time-tested advice. This isn't just a channel, it's a home for those who walk alone and lead with heart. Protect your peace, guard your silence, and walk like you've already overcome everything that tried to break you. I'll meet you in the quiet, where your power lives. Thanks for watching till the end. This has been your host, Alfred. If you want to explore more, then click on the videos on screen and dive into the fascinating world of the Sigma female. I'll see you in the next one, same time tomorrow. Until next time.